So it does feel important to see then that there's no Patrick, there's no imprisonment. It feels that'd be good.
Well, how could you see something that isn't?
Well, just not. I mean, don't you see that in a way?
No, I don't see anything. It's just what is said. It's just what's explained. How would I mean, there is no Maxx. That's the whole point.
Right.
There's no seeing that there's no Maxx. All that they said is there's already no Patrick. There's not a no Patrick to be discovered. And it's not a bad thing to feel like being someone. It's never said that this should change. It's just a description. This is it as it is. What's going on is what's going on. If there seems to be someone, it's just what's happening.
But when you say there is no Patrick, there is no Maxx, that must be coming from some sort of knowing somewhere. I mean,
no.
So it doesn't seem true. It doesn't seem untrue. I mean,
yeah, exactly. It doesn't seem true nor untrue. It's just what's said. It doesn't. You see, me being real. Yeah, things must come from somewhere. There must be somewhere here. This has a location. Something has a location, and is real. There's a real location somewhere that it must come from. There's a real being here. There's an awareness here that knows something. There isn't. That's all that this is saying. There isn't an awareness. There isn't a sense. That's the whole I am dream. There isn't that. Yeah. There isn't a known thing. There are no things. That's all what that is said. All these words and expressions and whatever shared, it all seems different in meaning or whatever to the seeker. It means something and I must find what it is, but because it all means something different. So if I get this, then maybe I can get that, and maybe I can stop wrapping my head around it by wrapping my head around it. But that's the whole nonsense, if you will. It's impossible. There is just what's going on. That's all it is said. Everything is the same. One. Everything is one. No separation. But saying everything is one is just saying everything is one. It's just an explanation that is not different to saying there is no one, or there's just what's happening, or just what's appearing to happen, or blah, blah, blah. All just words, completely pointless, meaningless.
Right.
Nothing has meaning, nothing has reality. And that is not known by anyone. It's just what's being said, what's being spoken. Apparently. There isn't anything to know. Knowing is the dream. And it's not wrong. It doesn't need to change. I'm just pointing out, just suggesting that knowing is a dream, not real. Knowing this, what's going on, that's separation. And separation is not wrong. It's just what seems to be happening. Maybe. I have no clue what this is. No idea. This is whole and complete. This is all there is. There isn't anything actually missing to this. Life is just life. It seems like a big mystery thing to me, but me is the mysterious thing. Because really there isn't anything, but most people think there is. Go figure. It's not their fault. It's not what I'm saying. Not at all. It's just what's going on, right? But that's actually from this perspective, and there is no one having a perspective, but there it seems that, well, that's the mysterious thing that like when it was all done and dusted, in a way, right? I remember thinking, something like in the idea of how on earth could I believe there was something here? There was someone. Like, it's just nonsense. It's incredible. I just burst out laughing with that, you know? Just like, what the fuck? That's the mystery, you see? That's the mystery. That the mystery is not that there is no one and nothing happening, you see, or there's just what's going on. The mystery is that within what's going on, there seems to be most bodies that think that there are someone, that think that they are what inhabits, what controls this body, and so they live in time and space, and that have a reality to them, and that have a life, and that will die, and are afraid to die, and oh my god, and so it's all dramatic, because if I can't control this, then I'm losing this, I'm missing that, and oh my god, what the fuck is going on? Well, that's the fucking mystery. How on earth is that possible? Because it's not. Yet it seems to be happening. But see, that's not a mystery. That's the thing for the seeker. That's the whole thing. The mystery needs to be solved. And what I'm saying here, that's the mystery. It's just a word that pops out. It's not a mystery that I'm trying to solve, because that's the other way around. Basically, nothing needs solving anymore. Right. Because nothing ever needed solving. And the very belief that something needed solving was the whole veil, the whole unbelievable craziness of this thing we call a human, or whatever, a body that thinks it is someone that owns this body and that is aware of this body. There isn't.
So you can see that there is no Maxx then?
No, there isn't. There is no Maxx. No one can see that. You see? Yeah. So you must see something. That's the whole thing. No, I don't. There is no, the seeing happens. So the seeing of body Patrick, right? Sure. I mean, it's life. I mean, the seeing of this yellow jumper here. There's the whatever, hearing, sounds.
Right.
My toes are moving right now. I know, a little bit. There's a noticing of that, for example, as I say it.
Yeah.
That's just what's going on.
There's no assumption that there's a Maxx then?
No, of course not.
Right.
There's no assumption that there is a Maxx. There's no assumption that there is no Maxx. There is just no Maxx.
Right.
It's not something that's believed or I'm convinced of. It's not something I know. It's just the obviousness that has no words. There's no quest anymore. There's no question. This is it. And so all is left is what's appearing to happen, which is everything, and which has always been the case, because there's always been what's appearing to happen. You see? It's not a big mysterious thing. It's simplest. That's why it's the last thing the seeker wants. The seeker will look at, basically. Not that it's something to look at. It's not what I'm saying. Okay, I'm not saying you need to look there. No. But in a way, you could say it's because when it's seen, it's just, oh yeah, duh. That was it all along. So it feels like it doesn't feel like anything, but you could say, I guess it's a whole dream that's just fallen away. But the falling away of something is seen instantaneously, simultaneously, without a single thought. It's not seen by anyone. It's just, what I'm saying now is just an explanation, right? Of it's just seen simultaneously. It's just clear. It's just no question anymore that there was always this, that this was not a dream. There was no dream. There never was anyone. It's this that's going on. It's the end of something that never happened. It's the end of something that was thought to be something which never was an actual something. I don't know shit. And I never knew shit. That's the relief in a way, relief. And when there's no more question anymore, when there's more, you see, you could say at some point there was like, let's say, an initial shift and then another shift, so-called another shift, and that's how it was experienced here anyway, right? Then when there was this apparent big shift, that's when I started teaching, and then but then there were still other things, and then another apparent shift happened. And from there, again, it's just a story, but from there was still maybe a few questions here and there, but that was seen straight away to be just nothing. It was just not, there was some habitual patterns of seeking going on, but that were there compared to what it was before. You could say it's just an explanation, but right, okay. And at some point, there really was only this. But that was always all the case all along, because it was seen already that it was just all along. It's somehow just some things to seem to happen in this so-called mind, but then this so-called mind just blew into, it didn't blow into anything, but it just was seen that there is no such thing as a mind, and there is nothing that is, this is it as it is. And what I'm saying now, it's all big words. It can sound like a fantastic experience. It's not. It's the nothing actually happened. Nothing is happening. We're talking about an ordinary, that's why there is no realization needed. Nothing. This is it, and that's what this message is saying. This is it already. It is unbelievable. It is not knowable. It's not about clarity, confusion. Confusion can happen. What the fuck am I going to eat tonight? Right? Fucking confusion in that way, you see? And all these are just words pointing to what cannot be pointed to, that point to nothing, because there is nothing to point to. It's just a description, just what's going on. Nothing is actually known. But that's the end of needing to know. And that's already the case for no one. It's unbelievable. It doesn't need to be believed, it cannot be believed. Because it's already the case. There isn't anybody, any awareness, anything that knows a shit over there. And there isn't anything that needs to know already.